What's up guys, it's Spruce Goose here, and today I want to show you how you can glitch out cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms, and sometimes cover 6 to get an easy one-play touchdown. Now the reason this works so well is that those coverages are man-matching coverages. So with the right combination of hot routes and pre-snap motion, we can glitch out that man-matching AI and get a receiver completely unguarded. Now you can do this out of a lot of different formations, but it's got to be a gun trips formation. It doesn't have to be called trips. I'm going to do it out of gun trio cowboy, but it's trips in the sense that we have 3 wide receivers on one side of the field. I'm going to use the play dagger right here, but you can do this with almost any trips formation with one stipulation that I'll show you in just a sec. On defense, let's start with cover 4 palms. We'll choose big nickel over G because that is sometimes a meta defensive formation. We're going to be on a hash so that our 3 trips receivers are on the wide side of the field. And the setup we're going to do is we're going to put our wide receiver on a go route, which he's already on. Our inside receiver, the B receiver, we're going to need him to be cutting inside at about a medium depth. So this crosser works just fine. But if you don't have a crosser, you can put him on an in and smart route it so that it's a 10-yard in. That will work perfectly as well. It just has to be something medium depth cutting inside to bring that safety to the right away from our go route. Now, if you are, say, in a 3rd and 1 situation, you're not going to be able to smart route him to a 10-yard in because the smart route is based on where the first down line is. So you're going to need some other kind of medium depth route. And same thing if you're in like say a 2nd and 25. If you smart route him on an in, he's going to have to go 25 yards before he cuts in, and he's not going to pull that safety away soon enough. So again, you're going to need something like that crosser or a post or something like that. But if you're just in a 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, you can smart route him on a 10-yard in, and it'll work just fine. For our outside receiver, the X receiver, we're going to want to put him on a comeback route with left trigger, and then smart route that one as well. Now, the only stipulation, I mentioned there's one stipulation for the formation. It has to be a formation where when we send our outside receiver, our X receiver in motion, we have to be able to snap it once he gets behind that Y receiver, that middle receiver. Some trips formations, when you send him in motion, the other receivers will kind of shift or reposition as well, and it won't let you snap it until those guys are set. So those formations, that won't work. We need to have a formation that will let us snap it once our outside receiver gets right behind the middle receiver, the Y receiver. And we're going to do that in just a sec. With our other guys, the tight end and the running back, it doesn't matter what we do with them. I'm going to go ahead and just block the running back. A little extra protection if there's a blitz. And here we go. We're going to motion our guy over now. And we're going to snap it right when he gets behind that slot receiver. And we're just going to lob it for an easy one-play touchdown. So let's look at the replay. What is going on here? Again, cover 4 palms. It is doing man matching. So who are the guys who could cover our slot? We've got the safety right here and the cornerback right here. Both these guys are dropping deep. But what happens? Our outside guy, our outside cornerback, he gets drawn down by the comeback. You see that? He hesitates because the break of the comeback, and he gets sucked into that. The safety over here, who's the other guy who could cover that go route, he gets sucked in by the cut of the in route right there. So the 2 guys who could cover this deep go route are being occupied by the breaks of the comeback and the in, and this guy is just left completely unguarded, okay? And we can do it again. We'll do it a bunch of times, actually. So come back on the outside, smart route on the outside, put our B receiver on the smart routed in route. We have to motion our X receiver over and hike it, and it's just wide open every time. And it can be a little scary to throw it because if you saw, as I was throwing it, the cornerback was actually locked onto our guy, our wide receiver who was on the go. But as we were throwing it in the air, he got brought back down by the guy on the comeback, and it all worked out. But just don't be alarmed if you see him for a second locking onto that wide receiver. He's going to break off of it. He's going to go to the comeback. and it's going to be an easy touchdown. Let's do this for cover 4 quarters. It's going to work the exact same way. So let's go ahead and choose new play. And I encourage you guys, try the cover 4 palms out of any different formation. Try cover 4 quarters out of any different formation. It will work against all of them. But that was cover 4 palms. I'll show you cover 4 quarters real quick. Let's pick one with a lot of defensive backs. Is there one out of dime maybe? Cover 4 quarters out of dime rush. We can do that. More defensive backs just to show you guys that we're not just like taking advantage of linebackers or something. So outside guy on a comeback that is smart routed. Our B receiver on the smart routed in route. We're going to take our X receiver, motion him in, hike it, and once again, it is just completely open, not a defender in sight. Now, I also mentioned cover 6. This one is a little more iffy because cover 6 is half cover 2 on one side of the field and half cover 4 on the other side of the field. Now, I don't know which cover 6s have the man matching concepts and which ones don't. So I'm just going to go to random cover 6, and I will show you guys that it's a bit of a gamble to try this against a cover 6 because the cover 6 might not be a man matching concept. And so if that's the case, the safety usually will be the one to guard the go route over the top. But if it's a cover 6 that is man matching, it's going to work exactly the same way. So in this case, there it is, guys. It beat the cover 6. Now be careful because just because you see cover 6 doesn't mean this will get wide open, but it can work. So it's random cover 6, so this is not the same coverage that we saw before. So let's try it again. Again, it's not going to work every time. So you see that time, I should have just thrown the comeback, but that time they didn't bite. Now, what I would recommend, what I didn't do in that case, I wanted to throw the go route anyway, but in that case, everyone went after the go route and actually look at that comeback route. That's what I would recommend, guys. If you run this play against cover 6 and it's not a man matching principal route and the cornerback and the safety both go and cover that go route, just hit your comeback route right there. He's 10 yards downfield. That's an easy gain. Nothing wrong with that. You don't need to get the one play touchdown every single time. But let's go ahead and do that again. But the chance of it being a one play touchdown against cover 6, I think makes it still worth running at least once if your opponent is just sitting in cover 6. Just having the chance to do this right here, I think is worth it. If it ends up not being one of those cover 6s, just hit a check down route or just roll out and throw it away. It's not the end of the world. But again, guys, if you can get a cover 6 or go against a cover 6 where it's a man matching principle, and especially if it's against a cover 4 palms or a cover 4 quarters, this will work. Again, 100% of the time it works against cover 4 palms and cover 4 quarters. About half the time it works against cover 6. I mean, I feel like this is just too good. It's too open to not at least give it a shot against cover 6. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I know there's a lot of ways to beat cover 4 palms and cover 4 quarters. For me, this was the lowest risk way to beat those two coverages. I've been using it in games. It's been working really well. If you've got your own way of beating cover 4 palms or cover 4 quarters, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, think about commenting, or subscribing. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.